a conscious choice to focus on creativity, to focus on the hidden realms, the realms of metaphor and deeper meaning behind the commonplace. And I feel like I'm trying to bring that into all sorts of things now, and that the choice to be part of the Cloud Studio and part of Portal of Poetry has been part of that conscious choice to say, I want to be actively and passively involved in creativity, both receptively and actively involved in creativity. Creativity as integral with awareness, with deepening awareness and the dance, the interaction with awareness, the dance of awareness rather than a passive awareness. Yeah. It's a mystery. I'm kind of bringing that awareness of creativity in life and choosing to live life as poetry or as dance does make me appreciate, and helps me to see right now in front of me the sunshine in a different light. So yeah, it's an enjoyable process. It's really a wonderful experience to play with.
So the source of creativity is just the oneness of being, you know, the kind of pure light of, or the pure essence of the unnamableness of this, you know. It's a kind of, there's no way of defining the source of it, but there's a way of kind of being played by it, you know, that kind of image of being so open that the breath of creativity flows. I mean, I don't have a kind of narrow definition of it, you know, that it's something when you paint or when you write poetry or when you, I think it's like a kind of a metaphor of life. It's like living life in the flow is profoundly creative. It's like everything is all the time emerging. Everything's moving and changing and reforming, and, you know, and creativity is kind of like profoundly interconnected with things decaying and being destroyed and falling apart. So like creativity is not just this kind of bright, glorious, you know, newness of stuff. It's also like the kind of the cycle of things being in kind of constant flux and movement and growth and decay, and, you know, that's creativity. So it's kind of life force. It's like creativity, defying creativity is being alive. That's the definition of creativity. And so creativity for me is just like a kind of, it's like what is it like? It's like it's like the ribbons in the wind, blowing in the wind of the breath of the beloved.
The creativity is more than just being different, doing things in a different way. There is something in where you give up the control. You're working on not just what you know, but what you don't know. And I usually begin by, especially poetry, by having an idea, having something I'd like to explore, and then just letting it happen. And sometimes happens very quickly. And the difference from before is that I can do it even when the inspiration hasn't come before. And so I find that what comes out is not what I would have expected necessarily, what I would have known, but usually I recognize it once it's there. So in the Cloud Salon, in our creativity group, there's that additional part that you have an audience you trust, you have people that you can open yourself to, and then the feedback sometimes tells you about what came out that you didn't realize yourself. So creativity really is a way not only of self-expression, but self-discovery for me.
Creativity is always running in my life because it's a core aspect of the way that I operate. So I do believe that we create everything. we're creating all the time. And we're either creating the nightmare of our lives or the dream of our lives. The life of our dreams is the life of our nightmares. And so there's the way that the creativity of our thoughts is happening all the time and is super important. And beyond that, there's like the creativity of making plans and crafting. So the creativity of, oh, okay, what can I actually imagine for my life? And what am I keeping myself from imagining because I think it's too good to be true or I think it's not possible? And pushing myself to actually really imagine those things that I want and move towards those things and think about those things that seem maybe unattainable, but using my imagination and my creativity to craft what it is I really, really want. And this change is like this super important aspect of being human. It's change and transformation. And creativity, I would say, is the thing that sparks all of that change. It's without creativity, without that like inspiration or that also that drive to express, without that, no change would be happening.